Sir, I want to ask you about the indelible mark that Charlie Kirk leaves on this country, especially with young people. As I know you just heard me citing those examples of misinformation that's out there by mainstream media, politicians, even Jimmy Kimmel, that are trying to push this narrative that this assassin was not left-wing, that it was right-wing. It was, quote, one of their own is how they are referring to it. How do we battle it when you have people who are so willing to blatantly lie? I mean, they have no shame, Congressman.
There's no question about it. Over and over again, when you have some horrible, tragic incident that occurs, they immediately have a knee-jerk reaction and say it was caused by a right-wing nationalist or white nationalist or this or that. And they steer away from anything that could be possibly, on the radical left, which almost every one of these incidents has been. And you just can't believe them anymore. So you have to do your own homework. And I'm just so thankful for you, Amanda and John. Do your due diligence to really vet this stuff and get it out, because we hear it every single day. Where Democrats and their legacy media, the mainstream media, are branding Republicans as fascists, and Trump is Hitler, and over and over again. And deranged individuals, they hear it, they believe it, and then, as you see, they act on it. And so the press is no longer reporting the news, Amanda. They're striking a match which fuels the political violence that we're seeing right now.
And Congressman, you've had some really poignant words after all of this, and you've asked the question, beyond Charlie Kirk's influence, beyond his death, it's no longer just about Charlie Kirk. It is about what our country is going to look like. And you asked the question, what kind of country are we going to be? What kind of country are we going to be? Because I see one side that is spewing vitriol, and they are claiming free speech, even though this is a side that has never cared about free speech anymore. They're just worried about losing their jobs. And another side of the aisle who actually does very much value free speech. We just don't. I mean, there's a difference between free speech and inciting speech, when you are inciting people to violence. So what does that look like for the two sides going forward? Do we even, are we even in a place where we can find common ground?
I'm having a hard time seeing common ground when we have these teachers and politicians and folks in corporate media, et cetera, over and over again. And we hear the Democrats, the radicalized Democrats, that say that hate speech or speech, they consider that violence. So what that does, if somebody, puts their opinion out there, like Charlie Kirk was so articulate in doing, and standing up for the Constitution, for his God, for the Bible, for his Lord Jesus Christ, and for conservatives, that if they consider that hate speech, we have a right to self-defense in this country. And so the Democrats simply just take that, reinterpret it. Well, if hate speech is violence, then we have a right to self-defense, and we have a right to real kinetic violence. And that's how they justify this. So let me tell you something. As a member of Congress, we're all very cognizant. This is a lot of our conversations today. We need to all be careful, because these people are ginned up by out-of-control left-wing media and these politicians and the nutcases that are out there listening to this. And so we've got to be real careful about this.